Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller, and welcome back to some more Kirby Super Star Ultra in this REDUX walkthrough of mine. In this part, I should be taking on the Arena mode. The Arena mode essentially serves as this game's form of a boss rush mode, because most games have those nowadays, where you fight all of the bosses in the game. At least all of the bosses up to this point, because there's a bunch of stuff that I still have to do, but yeah. Here we go, this is the Arena. However, unlike other games, this boss rush mode, so to speak, is very different. But first we have to sit through this little cutscene of Kirby training to win that massive trophy! He is using the fighter ability to practice his punches and kicks and uppercuts and jabs and hooks and cross punches. Oh yes! Of course, you don't have to use the fighter ability in this mode. I mean, you can, that makes this montage video thing look really cool, but you don't have to use that ability. You can use any ability in the game to go through this mode. Well, a majority of them anyway. See, right here at the start, you are given the options to choose all sorts of different abilities. All of the major ones anyway. You got Ice, you got Hammer. Hammer will make this mode extremely easy, and as a result, that is the ability that I'm going to use. Of course, you don't get Crash, you don't get Paint, and you don't get Cooked, but you can get those if you use the copy ability and use them on specific enemies. Okay, let's start this mode. So starting off here, I'm fighting off against Twin Woods, and using this up B attack from my hammer, I can deal massive damage and easily defeat this boss. Now the way this mode works is kind of interesting. Between each boss fight, you go to what is called the resting area, where you can choose to swap your ability and heal yourself. Bosses in this mode are randomly generated. You don't fight them in order in which you fought them in the game. They are randomly generated. Of course, you'll have to fight all the bosses anyway if you want to complete the mode, but you never really know what you're going to get until you defeat a boss and go to the resting area. The only thing that's consistent is the boss you fight last. In this case, it is the final boss of the game. You fight Marks last no matter what. Ooh, okay. Yeah, and like I said, between boss fights, you go to the resting area, so you can choose if you want to swap your ability, or you can choose if you want to heal yourself. So, the interesting thing with the healing items is that they're limited. You have to cleverly decide when you want to use a healing item, because you don't get an infinite amount. You only get so many. Ah, no, I need my hammer ability back! Oh, I guess I could have gotten that, but whatever. Die, 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 yeah, dragon. Oh! Okay, for some reason, this boss is really beating me up. I'm gonna go ahead and use that defensive ability, since I hardly ever use that. There you go, this boss fight is over! Maybe I'll go ahead and get a healing item just to demonstrate how this all works. So yeah, the next boss fight is part of the Revenge of Mennonite mode. I'm trying to remember where everything comes from. This is the Reactor, and with this boss fight specifically, you just have to let this little laser thing come here and hit this little glowing diamond. However, sometimes I mess it up just like I did, where you get the little laser to blast all over the place and it doesn't hit the diamond. Yeah, otherwise this is just a patience game. And if you haven't noticed already, on the bottom screen there's a timer. That's just to see how quickly you can beat the mode. You don't have to beat the mode within a set time limit. Just take your time. That's just if you want to beat your records or something and see how quickly you can complete this mode. And of course, I would like to complete this mode as quickly as possible, but I'm no speedrunner. Okay, cool. Okay. Alright. And if that laser does hit you, well, it's gonna hurt. So, don't get hit by it too often. In fact, don't get hit by it at all, because like I said, it hurts. So just a heads up. Let me see if I can destroy this thing. Nope. Alright, well, I might not even have to move. Ah, okay, well, whatever. That laser still hit me. But I still have plenty of health. Next up is regular Wispy Wood, so I don't really need a healing item. Oh, yeah. So the healing items in the resting area are Maximatas. They will restore your health to full no matter what. After you get a Maximata, a little apple will show up. That apple restores about half of your health. So you have plenty of healing items. You don't have unlimited healing items, but you have plenty of healing items. So I'm going to go ahead and get this little apple, because up next is Dinah Blade. And I have 15 more bosses to fight before this mode is over. But thankfully, each of these boss fights is a rather quick system. So right here, just because of this hammer ability, I can deal a ton of damage to Dinah Blade and spam invincibility frames. There you go, Dinah Blade has been defeated. See? See, it's quick. Alright, up next is Lulalo and Lalala from the Spring Breeze mode. This boss fight is perfect for demonstrating invincibility frames, because I can just do this. I can deal massive damage and not get hurt in the process. It's amazing. There you go, let me go ahead and do this. In fact, if I do this enough times, I think I can defeat the enemy before it goes to the other side. Yep. Alright, level low is down. All that remains is you. La la la. La la la. There you go. Okay, up next is King DDD from the Spring Breeze mode. Okay, hammer versus hammer. I didn't have a hammer against you last time, I don't think, but here we go. Now I do, and you were gonna get destroyed. King DDD, you of all people should know that the hammer ability is deadly. There you go, that's over with. Alright, Mid-Boss All-Star Collection 1. So in this one, you actually go to an actual arena, and you fight against 4 mid-bosses. There's 2 sets of these mid-boss collections. One has Cook, the bonker guy. One has Cook, hammer, and suplex. I always forget the name of this ability. Suplex. So you fight those 3. The other one has like ice and wheel and stuff like that. Okay, here we go. Main cannon number 2 from the Revenge of Mennonite mode. Now, what you really want to do is you want to attack that top cannon. However, just to make things easier on myself, I'm going to go ahead and destroy the bottom one first. That way I can easily stand down here and destroy the top cannon without really having to move. It's faster to destroy the top cannon, but it might be safer. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter. What's safer? I'm getting destroyed. Anyway, ow! Alright, I don't really want to get hit anymore, but there we go. The bottom cannon's destroyed. That little hand thing is destroyed. Now, I can just jump and do this. No! No? Okay, there we go. Get that hand away from me. Okay, here we go. No! Bad! Slowly but surely. No! No! Stop! Oh, man, one more hit. I'm toast. No! Come on! Oh, I did it! Alright, I really gotta get a healing item. Thank goodness there's a bunch of healing items. Oh, funny enough, the next boss fight is a Waddle Dee, which is actually the easiest boss fight in this entire mode, and I really shouldn't need a healing item for this one, even if my health was at its lowest. But, yeah, this boss fight, you fight the easiest enemy in the game. In the original Kirby Super Star, he didn't wear a bandana, but now that this Waddle Dee is specifically a character as opposed to a random enemy, they give him a bandana. So, pose up nicely, Waddle Dee. Let's use this for the thumbnail, huh? Yeah, there you go. Get that nice arena in the background. So yeah, in the original Kirby Super Star, this Waddle Dee did not wear a blue bandana, because Waddle Dees are generic enemies, but that Waddle Dee in specific is now somewhat of a character until they gave him a blue bandana so you can recognize him. Now with this boss fight, you have to go up against Mennonite, and he's going to require you to use the sword. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to use the sword, I'm going to use the hammer to make it into my partner's ability, and then once this boss fight is over, I'll switch it back. Or you know what, I'll just switch it now. There we go. Watch out, Bonker! Watch out, Bonkers! There we go, okay. Like one more hit, right? Okay, I'll take this back. Give me back my hammer. The hammer is mightier than the sword! Get out of here, Mennonite. Whew, okay, I'd say that I'm making great progress in this part, humans. Alright, what's up next? Alright, the next mid-boss collection. Excellent, excellent. Alright, so this one actually has 4 mini-bosses as opposed to the other one, which only has 3. The catch is that these mini-bosses are easier to defeat, as I can defeat most of these in one hit using my little fire hammer attack. There we go. Okay, well that one takes multiple hits, and that one hurts. Die! Come on. Thank you! Alright, only one remains, and it's this thingy. There you go, and it's dead. Hooray! Excellent, excellent. Okay, now that's actually all of the boss fights that take place in the actual arena. The 2 mid-boss collections and Waddle Dee. Here we go, here's Wham Bam Rock, the final boss of the Great Cave Offensive mode. Okay, die. Okay. Yeah, so even though I pretty much fought all of these bosses again in Milky Way Wishes, there's still this mode, the arena, which forces you to fight all of them in one successive take. Now, of course, you are able to heal between modes, which is what makes this mode really interesting, because other games have boss battles, but you just fight all the bosses. This game has strategy to it. You get healing items, you can change your abilities out, and you have to fight like 20 bosses, so it's really, really interesting. And in fact, this mode, this arena mode, inspired the All-Star mode in Super Smash Bros. Melee and onward. So yeah, if you like Super Smash Bros. Melee, the All-Star mode came from this. Super Smash Bros. Brawl's All-Star mode is based on this, and the All-Star mode in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and for Wii U is also based on this. Ugh, can't talk today. Busy fighting a giant whale. Yeah, how do you like that? I mean, considering that the original Kirby Super Star was created by the same guy that made Super Smash Bros., I'm sure that it's quite obvious that he would take influence from his previous games. I mean, he does that all the time, and I'm sure this is common knowledge now. I'm probably just repeating obvious trivia, whatever. Ooh, Heavy Lobster! Yeah, Heavy Lobster! He gets his own theme in this game. In the original Kirby Super Star, he didn't have his own theme, but in this game, he does, and I love it for as repetitive as it is. Oh no! I need that back! Give me that back! No? Okay, I need the hammer. I don't need this. Ah! Alright, you wanna mess? You wanna mess? Die! You have been defeated. Goodbye. Alright. Kracko is up next. I'll go ahead and get this little apple thing. That is an apple, right? Or is that just a regular tomato? I don't really know. If I've been saying apple, that's probably wrong. I believe that actually might be a tomato. Kracko! You have shocked me, and not in the good way. But now I have shocked you by making you vanish! Go away, Cloud. Come again some other day. Okay, this boss, the Galactic Nova Nucleus. So this is the boss in the Milky Way Wishes mode, like exclusively to that mode. If you recall the Milky Way Wishes mode, you might remember that there was a rail shooter segment that included this boss fight, and it's here in the arena mode. So it doesn't matter what ability you have at this point, because no matter what, the boss is going to be fought like this, in this little rail segment type thing. Of course, you can still get hurt and your health will carry over after this boss fight, but it doesn't really matter what ability you have. So if you're switching your ability out between boss fights, You don't have to worry about this one. But you do have to worry about getting hit, and this is a drastically different boss than the other bosses in this game, so be very careful. Regardless, I still won, and the strategy in this mode still applies, so after this mode, I can decide whether or not I want to get another healing item. And I may as well do so, considering that there's only 2 bosses left, and it's the Chameleon Arm and the last boss of the arena mode, which is Marks, who was also the last boss of the regular Kirby Superstar game. Alright, Chameleon Arm, come on. Bring it on! You know, this boss usually psychs me out. I'm usually no good with this one, but let's see how I do. Oh, there you go. Now he's dead. Hooray! Alright, Marks is the last one, and not too shabby. I still had 1 Maximator to spare. Yeah, they gave you more than enough healing items. Here we go. Marks! Alright, I have full health and I've got a hammer. Let's see how I do in this boss fight. I haven't even really needed a partner in this mode. I find that this mode is a lot easier without a partner. The only boss fight where I actually had a partner was Mennonite's boss fight because I was required to get the sword. Come on, come on. Ah! Alright, Marks. Alright, Marks, I'm still almost halfway done with this boss fight, so hopefully I can defeat you in a quick manner. Gotta spam these invincibility frames, gotta spam them. There we go. I'm okay. I'm okay, everybody. I'm okay. I have been hit, but I'm still okay. Bring it on, Marks. Is that the best you can do? No, I missed my fire hammer attack. Gosh darn it. Alright, fine. Go ahead. Drop those little seeds. Drop those little seeds. But we'll see who really exceeds. Oh, no! I have been blasted. Oh, that attack hurts. Alright, but this boss fight isn't over yet, so I still have plenty of health, and you still have very little. One more hit. Oh, no, come on, one more hit. Come on, one more hit. Die, there you go. Goodbye, Marks. And with Marks defeated, the arena mode is now over. Woohoo! Alright, I would say that time is not too shabby. Not too shabby. Of course, it can probably be done more quickly than that, but hey, I am satisfied with that time. Alright, and after completing the arena mode, you unlock Helper to Hero mode, which I'll cover in a later part, but just to summarize it real quickly, it's essentially like playing the arena mode, but you play as the partners that you create from each of your abilities. I also unlocked Megaton Punch, which is an old minigame from the original Kirby Superstar, and I'll cover those minigames in a later part too. I'm not going to be doing Helper to Hero next, but it is just like the arena mode. In due time, I will go over it, but for the next part, I'm actually going to be covering Revenge of the King, which is a new mode exclusive to Kirby Superstar Ultra. It wasn't in the original. But for now, that about wraps up this part of Kirby Superstar Ultra in this Redux walkthrough of mine. And I'd like to thank you all for watching. See you all next time in the next part when I take on Revenge of the King, the first of the new modes exclusive to the remake of Kirby Superstar. Bye-bye, humans!